Hello everyone, Cowabunga here, and welcome to another edition of What We Know About Fraymakers. And today we are going to be talking about characters. We're going to be talking about each of the 6 characters that we know about in Fraymakers, and we're also going to be talking about miscellaneous information about characters, such as how they're going about balancing characters as well as what they're doing to pick new characters. So stay tuned for that, but for now, let's talk about our 6 main characters in Fraymakers right now. We know that Commander Video from Bit Trip, Welltaro from Downwell, Octodad from Octodad's Deadliest Catch, Orcane from Rivals of Aether, Fishbunjin from Slap City, and the Watcher from Slay the Spire are all going to be playable characters in this game. So let's go down the list here and let's talk about some cool facts for each character. So Commander Video is a fast rushdown character with a beam projectile and a reflector. When you hit somebody, you gain a rainbow trail that indicates that your air dash is now a hitbox and you'll lose it if you take a hit. Commander Video is also the first character to be added into Fraymakers, and we know most of Commander Video's moves. And I've actually been thinking about doing some kind of analysis on all of Commander Video's moves, so if you would be interested in that before the game comes out, just let me know. Alright, next we have Welltaro. He is a uniquely vertical character who uses a variety of spikes and downward aim projectiles to rack up heavy damage. The modules and power-ups represented in Welltaro's moveset include the Laser, Puncher, Burst, Machine Gun, Gem Powered, Rocket Jump, and Heart Balloon, among many other things. Next, Octodad has a long reach and unique hitboxes, and he has a command grab for side B where he just hugs the opponent, which is very nice. Octodad's movements are based off the movements he can perform in his origin game, and a lot of his moves are based off of this as well. Next, Orcane, compared to Rivals of Aether, now has a grab, throws, and is able to grab ledge. Otherwise, his character is identical to how he plays in Rivals of Aether. Next we have Fishbunjin, who now has a dash attack, but they are ironing out other aspects of his character, like if he'll have the ability to clutch, and how he will be able to do his air strong, the dumbbell throw. But he will be doing the dumbbell throw in Fraymakers, it is confirmed. Next is the Watcher. She is a stance change character that has different neutral specials based on which stance she is in. She also has different stats based on which stance she is in. Her calm stance gives her an extreme jump height, as well as a neutral special that slowly heals her. And in her rave stance, she has an increase in her movement speed, damage output, and damage received, and she gets a neutral special that is a multi-hit attack. You can freely change between stances with down special. If she lands 5 hits in each stance, she goes into Divinity, a special stance that gives her another unique neutral special move and combines the positive effects of the other 2 stances. It also grants her attack canceling. Many of her attacks are based on her card art, and the Watcher was chosen out of all the characters in Slay the Spire due to her stance change mechanic. Now let's get into some general information about all of these characters. Team Fray wants to make all characters viable in Fraymakers, no matter what. And they plan on doing most of the balancing during early access, so that way they don't have to worry about it when they start worrying about post-launch content. There's going to be lots of character-specific tech to discover, including character-specific movement options, so I'm sure you competitive folk are real happy about that. They are open to any and all indie inclusion, from the little guys to the industry giants, so that's very interesting for sure. They are thinking about the possibility of a palette editor for official characters, but right now they don't have anything concrete to tell us about that just yet. Characters 7 and 8 have been locked in already, so yes, they know who they're going to be, and likely after they're done working on the original 6 characters, they'll be working on them next. More than one DLC character is possible, and I would just like to read this quote from Ramsey, one of the Team Fray members here. He says, "To what degree is hard to suss out this far in advance, of course, but we're absolutely interested in expanding Fraymakers past the promised Kickstarter offerings if there's fan demand for it. We'll start to have more discussions about this sort of thing once we hit 1.0 and begin development on the first DLC character." And no! Yes, no, I didn't make that up. I didn't put that at the end. That's what he said. So, wise words from Mr. Ramsey here. More than one character from one franchise is possible. So, for example, if they wanted to add another Slay the Spire character, such as the Ironclad or something, they could just go ahead and do that. And or if they want to add Claren or something, yeah, they could absolutely do it. Assists being promoted to playable characters is possible too, and we already talked about that on the assist episode of this series. It is unknown how many alternate colors each base roster character will have. There will likely be more post-launch, and they are not certain if they would be free or paid or both, so that's very interesting. Here's another quote. "Generally speaking, we don't have a list of archetypes that we try to fill for characters. However, roster diversity is important to us, and we want to make sure people who are fans of a specific type of gameplay can find something to enjoy. We maintain diversity by choosing characters we think will bring something fresh to the table." And yeah, this is why when I said in rate their chances, the reason why I'm picking certain characters is because they either have archetypes that need to be in Fraymakers, or just because I feel like they would play a bit more uniquely than most other character choices. So those are the most important things. And of course, getting the characters and how easy it is probably really important too. So yeah, let's move on. Original and unlockable characters are possible. Now, when I say original, I mean that these characters have never been seen before and they originate from Fraymakers. So it's possible to get those types of characters in the game, but they aren't really looking into it right now. Finally, they are not looking to release the official character sprites publicly. I don't know, I mean, one of the things that I was kind of looking forward to is seeing perhaps clone characters of the official cast, but I don't even know if we're going to be able to do that, because again, modification of the official content within the game might end up being really restricted. But yeah, that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you found this informative. I've still got plenty of these left to go, so make sure you subscribe so that you see them when they first pop up, and subscribe in general to see more on Fraymakers. I'll see you guys on the next edition of this series. Bye.